my humans yet again, and I gotta tell you, I really ruin myself doing these back-to-back filming things, just because when I go to edit things, I'm like, where did this come from? Which one is that? Hold on, what am I doing? So there's a lot of that. So if you're like, oh boy, she wears the same thing, she doesn't even pretend that she did different videos. I like to be transparent and don't mind that I film on back-to-back days. It hurts me more than it does you, I promise you. So, this episode, I keep calling them, it's an episode, the FCA show. It is another writing episode, so we're going to do some writing prompts and write, design, and wreck this journal, or wreck book. This says, draw, paint, rip, and ruin this book. And this is just fiction writers' notebooks with some writing exercises in it. And I am an aspiring author. I have been up to this point. I have sent out my finished novel to multiple publishing houses. And because I'm filming this on the 30th, I have no idea at this moment what has happened with that. Good luck to me, though. All right, let's get into this. All right, we are going to start with the write, design, and wreck this book. And we're going to go ahead. We'll go towards the beginning. How's that? We'll go to the beginning. Here we go. So what do we got here? This says, Dear blank, write a letter to someone and then soak this page in a bowl of water. Okay. So everyone, if you want to join me at home, write a letter and dunk it in some water. And then this one says, rub your fingers on the circle, color in the circle with pencil, rub your fingers on the circle, and then smear the page. Okay, like regular lead pencil, yeah? Let's go do some hunting. Okay, so, sorry for the voice squeak. I wrote a letter to my future self, and I choked myself up, to be honest. So here is my letter to myself, because I have terrible handwriting. I will just tell you that it's mostly me wishing for my own place with lots of space, hoping that one day I get a stop button and that my channel grows. That I become a successful writer and author to bring joy to readers and viewers and subscribers. Wishing myself good self-love and care, and, just giving myself some self-love and saying how proud I am of myself, past and future. I don't mean to get this choked up. I'm just a very sensitive person, and I'm not too sensitive. I am the perfect level. I moved my chair over. I am the perfect sensitive for FCA. Okay, gushy moment passed. Because this one needs to be soaked in a bowl of water, let us do the other side of it too while we're at it. So this says, how do you feel when you're in nature? So I will just write this one with you guys. So let me make some camera adjustments, and then we can write together. Yeah? Try. I completely zoned out there. I was just like, I don't know why I'm telling you guys. You were there. You know what happened. I feel like a sports announcer. We are going to retell you and watch the thing that we just watched happen. Oh, his feet were down. Okay. How do I feel when I'm in nature? I feel sometimes at peace and calm, but because nature attacks me all the time, it at a distance or in a controlled environment. FCA. And while we're at this angle, I think we're doing okay. The struggle that this stand is to maneuver around. Anywho, so I got some water in one of my mixing bowls. We're gonna try to show without spilling. We're gonna just stick it in the water. And we're gonna let it soak. I tore it out, so I imagine we'll just get rid of that page. If unprofessional yet authentic is your style, I'm your YouTuber. Oh dear peaches. Alright, on to our writing exercises. We're going to just go to the next one, which is number 2, irony. And this says, the tone of Austen's work, referring to Jane Austen. If you didn't see the last episode, I will click and do the linkies. It says, is often ironic and satirical. She has a cutting wit that she uses to parody social conventions and character types. In Pride and Prejudice, Elizabeth shows her prejudice towards Darcy and men in general with ironic, witty contempt. One cannot always be laughing at a man without now and then stumbling on something witty. Irony often comes from setting a particular idea and then flipping it with a cutting comment. Elizabeth starts, so being sarcastic, saying she laughs at men, but the implication is there is no wit in the interaction, more of a facade. She flips through this idea by saying that she stumbles upon it occasionally, a backhanded compliment or irony. In a single short interaction between her and her father, irony and humor are used to convey his opinion and character, and so to her mother. An unhappy alternative is before you, Elizabeth. From this day forward, you must be a stranger to one of your parents. Your mother will never see to you again if you do not marry Mr. Collins, and I will never see to you again if you do. I know it by heart. I love Pride and Prejudice. All right, so what's the exercise now that we've gone through the whole paragraph there? I did paraphrase a little bit. Write some ironic and satirical lines to describe modern-day social conventions. You could present the lines from a perspective of a character conveying their thoughts or dialogue between two or more people. Ironic and satirical lines to describe modern-day social conventions. 2023, well now 2024, actually when you're seeing this, social conventions. We're very muddled, aren't we? Very muddled in society of what is a convention. Like what is allowed socially to be said and joked about. Let's think about this. Okay, so what I have gone with is a very short thing. This is actually a conversation I had with my uncle on Facebook. But it says, FCA, when are you finally going to give your poor parents some grandchildren? FCA, when I'm no longer seen as a people-producing machine and a person who can be respected and happy without bearing children. Satire and irony and extremely sarcastic. Because I am over the age of 30, and most of my other family members who are younger than me or, in that range, they all have children except for my brother and I. And somehow, even though he's in his 30s, early 30s, and doesn't have children, I'm the only one who's supposed to do the bringing of the grandchildren into the world. Because that's a solo thing that only females can do. All right, so this was pretty long, so we're going to call it there. And do share with me your exercises for that, of writing some dialogue lines of irony and satire. And we can improve together. I'm going to go ahead and take that paper. It's been soaking this whole time, which has only been like a few minutes. breathing is a good thing to keep happening. I'm gonna take care of that. And thank you for joining me on another one of these episodes. I hope you enjoy this, and I'm enjoying it, and I will see you in the next videos. Bye, my humans.